Hi, DragoFab here again. Today we will talk about field parameters. Field parameters became general availability since July 2025. Before, they were in preview for a long time, since May 2022. So if you want to use field parameters without enabling preview feature, you need to update it at least to July 2025. So what's field parameters and how do we use them? There are lots of different ways you can use field parameters, and they have different ways you can do it. Today we will look at field parameters that uses measures. So here we have one visual, and inside we use our field parameter. And this visual shows either revenue or revenue per customer. So this is a really great way to customize visuals and make it more interactive for end users. So how do we do it? We go to modeling, we go to new parameter. There is either numeric range, but today we are looking at fields. So we have fields that we want to use, and here we need to create fields, parameter revenue, so revenue, and we will call it a bit different so we can create another parameter. So here we will take our measures, the same measures as we used there. So we add two measures. We don't add the slicer here. Well, we can add, let's add the slicer here again. And we just copy the slicer on this page. So we can send slicer. I prefer not this version of slicers. I usually use for these kinds of slicers where you have a few options. I prefer the button slicer because the button slicer creates more like an up feel, and we need to update our parameter. So here, this one is created when you click OK. The Power BI creates new table, and inside this table is this calculated column or parameter actually that you can update. So this one is what shown on the visual. So I don't want revenue sum, I want just revenue. Revenue per customer I like as it is. And now we need to update button slicer because we don't need a grid, we don't need title, we need just horizontal and max buttons 2. And we can update as well buttons and create one. When it's selected, we will get the field to green. Let's do it. Okay, yeah, that looks better. And we need to make it that single select and force selection. Okay, now we have the settings that we need to use in parameters, and here we will update and remove just revenue and bring in our parameters. So yes, but now as we have these two different visuals, what's going on? Why we have the same title. The title doesn't change. So we need to fix it. Otherwise, it's not really understandable by end user on what's going on. So we go to this visual. We need to title, and we need to get the title from fields. So here I actually copy pasted it from the previous one. So normally it will be like some custom title, but we need to click this formatting, and we need to choose field value, and we need to choose value from our parameter revenue. Parameter revenue. Okay. And now the title is changing with us changing the slicers that we want to use. Also, if you want to change how it represented, which one is first, so in by default I want to have revenue, like I have here. I have revenue and then revenue per customer. So revenue should be on top. So there are two different ways. You can just change it here. So this represents which is on top, or you can you could change the as well how they look like, so it's easier to read the DAX as well. So you can do it like this as well, so it's easier to understand and read what's going on in the DAX. So now we have a visual that changes depending on what you chosen on the field parameter. But what if you have a different one, different measure that you want to add to it? So you can again go here where we've changed the visual, and you can add another measure. You can name it, we will add the past for just number of customers. So customer, number of customers, and we will call it number of customers. The most important part is remember to update this number. This needs to be incremented by 1 each time you update the DAX. So now you can see that we have this slider, so I want to expand it, and as you remember we've got in layout max buttons 2. Now we have 3 buttons. Oh, we don't have enough space, so we want to go to this settings and create a different setting for the button. If we create it just a bit smaller, then all our text is in. Or if you want to get it the same size as all other text, you can get text wrap, which doesn't want to work here, probably because we don't have enough space. So here we will need to get it to be just a bit smaller. Or you can update the name that you use. It's depends on what you think will be easier to understand for the end users. And now we can see that all the measures are working correctly, and the number of customers is shown in a title because we have it in our parameter revenue. So anything that you've updated will be automatically updated on the visual. If you use the same title formatting that we did. So this is the highlight and overview of field parameters that you can use with measures. There is another one that you can use that is just numeric range, and we will look at it separately. Thank you. Bye.